everyone, so tell me about yourself. This common job interview question has about 1 million possible answers, but in this video, I'm going to give you the best answer to this question. And yes, you can trust me. Okay, you want to hear the best answer to this question? Here it is. You're in a job interview, they ask you, tell me about yourself. And you say, well, as you can see from my resume, and then you go down your resume, oldest stuff to newest stuff, should only take about 45 seconds, no more. And then you end by saying, and that's what brings me here today and why I'm excited to hear more about this opportunity. That's the best answer to this question. Now, let's talk about why it's the best answer, because there's actually a lot going on here. Okay, number one, the material on your resume is safe. It will not get you eliminated. How do we know this? Because the way it works is when you apply for a job, you send in a job application, which has your resume attached. They receive this, they presumably read your resume, and then they call you in for a job interview. Now, if there was anything on your resume that was a red flag severe enough to get you eliminated, they would have never called you in for an interview. So the fact that you're at the job interview, that indicates that there was nothing in your entire job application that can get you eliminated. So that stuff is free to use in the interview. It won't get you eliminated. Now, let me further explain what I mean by safe, okay? To do this, we've got to look at the recruiter or hiring manager's perspective. Now, often, okay, recruiters and hiring managers have a very common problem, and that is that they've interviewed several candidates and they've created a short list of candidates, and all of these candidates are qualified to do the job. They all meet the posted requirements and qualifications. They're technically, they can all do the job. The problem is that we can't offer the job to all of them. We have to further refine that list down to one candidate that we select, and then we offer the job only to them. So in order to do this, there has to be another elimination criteria. And I call this a hidden elimination criteria because it exists only in the mind of the recruiter or hiring manager. Now, the problem is you don't know what this criteria is. You don't know what you could say that would get you eliminated. I will give you a classic example, okay? Let's pretend that I'm an interviewer. I'm either a recruiter or a hiring manager. And I ask a candidate, so tell me about yourself. And they say that they're a fan of a particular sports team, okay? Now, as it turns out, unbeknownst to them, I'm a fan of the opposing sports team. And for me, if I have to work with this person, I know that for me, that's a deal breaker. Okay, it's just not going to work out. So I'm going to eliminate that candidate based on the fact that they're a fan of that sports team. Will I admit to it? No. Is it silly? Yes. Is it reality? Yes. So that's the danger of talking off the top of your head when they ask you this question. You don't know what you might say that might sound pretty benign to you that actually gets you eliminated. Okay, that's why we stick to material that's on our resume to answer this question. Okay, second point. Now, your purpose in a job interview is to communicate your value. It's to communicate to them why you're the person that they should hire. They should hire you because you stand out from all the others. Now, for that reason, you don't want to spend your time talking about something that you did 10 years ago or 15 years ago that has nothing to do with this job. It has nothing to do with anything, okay? You're just doing it in an attempt to answer this question, right? And all it's doing is it's being a distraction, it's wasting time, and it's taking time away from you communicating to them why they should hire you, okay? So for that reason, we limit our answer to around 45 seconds maximum. You could maybe go up to 60 seconds if you have a 3-page resume, but no more. Okay, it should be around 45 seconds, and that's it. What we want to do is we want to give a professional and polite answer to this question, and then get off this question and get back to explaining how you are the person for the job, and not talking about what you did 10 years ago. Okay, point 3. Now, tone is very important, okay? The first line of your answer, which is, as you can see from my resume, okay, you gotta say it the right way, okay? Remember, this line is more of a memory jog for you than it is you lecturing them about what you're gonna say is already on your resume and that they should probably be aware of that, okay? That's not the intention here, okay? You don't want to emphasize this line. You just want to say it as a way to lead in to your resume material, okay? So it's very important to get the tone right on that. And point number 4, and this is a question I've gotten from a lot of job seekers and students and candidates, okay, is what if the recruiter or hiring manager is already familiar with your resume? Well, I would say that's fine. Now, yes, a lot of recruiters, and this is kind of embarrassing for recruiters, but a lot of them, they don't actually skim your resume before your job interview. So you get there and they honestly have no idea what's on your resume because they've forgotten. They haven't read it recently, if at all. Some of them, however, are good and they are actually familiar with what you've got on there. Now, even if that's the case, you still give this answer, okay? Because regardless of what they know, they're still asking you, tell me about yourself. And you're giving an appropriate, pertinent answer. Now, further to what I've said already, this question is actually an opportunity for you, okay? When you decide what you're going to mention off your resume, pick the things that demonstrate your qualifications for this job, okay? This is an opportunity for you to communicate to them how you're qualified and how you're the person they should hire. So that should govern your choices of what to say, picking from the material on your resume. Okay, so let's recap. They ask you, tell me about yourself. And you say, it's a 3-part answer. You say, well, as you can see from my resume, and then you go down your resume, oldest stuff to newest stuff, should be about 45 seconds. Okay, and then you end by saying, and that's what brings me here today, and why I'm excited to learn more about this opportunity. So hopefully that was helpful. I just want you to know that you're awesome. And if you decide to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more videos like this, that would be cool too. Take care.